Life has a way of presenting us with lessons, often wrapped in the guise of challenges or discomfort. We navigate through our days, sometimes oblivious to the subtle nudges from the universe, the whispered advice from our experiences, or the glaring signs that life is trying to teach us something essential. It's easy to dismiss these lessons, to brush aside the discomfort they bring. But what if I told you that 90% of our life problems stem from ignoring these crucial teachings? Consider the first lesson, the importance of self-awareness. We often find ourselves in cycles of frustration, repeating the same mistakes over and over again. It could be an unhealthy relationship, a dead-end job, or a pattern of self-sabotage. The root of these issues often lies in a lack of self-awareness. We fail to take the time to reflect on our actions, our motivations, and the patterns that govern our behaviors. When we ignore the lesson of self-awareness, we become trapped in a loop of our own making, unable to break free because we don't even recognize that we are the common denominator in our problems. Next comes the lesson of accountability. It's so easy to point fingers, to blame circumstances, other people, or even fate for our misfortunes. But true growth occurs when we take responsibility for our actions. When we fail to own our choices, we remain victims of our circumstances, powerless to change our reality. Accountability empowers us. It transforms us from passive participants in our lives to active creators of our destinies. Ignoring this lesson leads to resentment and stagnation, as we remain stuck in a cycle of blame, unable to move forward. Then there's the lesson of resilience. Life is inherently unpredictable, filled with ups and downs, triumphs and failures. It's easy to become disheartened when things don't go our way, to throw our hands up in defeat and retreat into our comfort zones. However, resilience teaches us to embrace adversity as a catalyst for growth. When we ignore this lesson, we miss out on the opportunity to develop strength and adaptability. Instead of viewing challenges as insurmountable obstacles, we can learn to see them as stepping stones, each one bringing us closer to our goals and dreams. Another critical lesson is the importance of setting boundaries. Many of us struggle with saying no, often to our own detriment. We overextend ourselves, taking on responsibilities that drain our energy and time. This lack of boundaries can lead to burnout, resentment, and a sense of being overwhelmed. When we ignore the need for boundaries, we allow others to dictate our lives, often at the expense of our well-being. Learning to establish and maintain healthy boundaries is a powerful lesson that can transform our relationships and our mental health, enabling us to prioritize ourselves without guilt. Then there's the lesson of gratitude. In our fast-paced lives, it's easy to focus on what we lack rather than appreciating what we have. Ignoring the lesson of gratitude can leave us feeling perpetually dissatisfied, always chasing after the next big thing without taking a moment to recognize the blessings already present in our lives. Cultivating gratitude shifts our perspective, allowing us to find joy in the ordinary and to appreciate the journey rather than fixating solely on the destination. It fosters a sense of contentment and fulfillment, alleviating many of the burdens we carry. Emotional intelligence is another essential lesson often overlooked. Understanding our emotions and those of others can dramatically improve our relationships and decision-making. When we ignore the importance of emotional intelligence, we risk miscommunication, conflict, and isolation. We become reactive rather than responsive, driven by our emotions instead of navigating them with awareness. Developing emotional intelligence allows us to connect more deeply with ourselves and others, fostering empathy and understanding in our interactions. Moreover, the lesson of prioritizing mental health cannot be understated. In a society that often glorifies busyness and productivity, we may neglect our mental well-being. Ignoring this lesson can lead to a myriad of problems, from anxiety and depression to burnout and chronic stress. It's essential to recognize that mental health is as vital as physical health. By prioritizing self-care, seeking support when needed, and practicing mindfulness, we can create a solid foundation for a fulfilling life. Another lesson that many overlook is the significance of adaptability. The world is constantly changing, and our ability to adapt can determine our success and happiness. When we cling too tightly to our plans or resist change, we often find ourselves in conflict with reality. Ignoring the lesson of adaptability can lead to frustration and disappointment. Embracing change, on the other hand, opens us up to new opportunities and experiences. It allows us to flow with life rather than against it, making the journey more enjoyable and enriching. Lastly, let's not forget the lesson of pursuing passion. Life is too short to spend it doing things that don't light us up. Ignoring our passions can lead to a sense of emptiness, a feeling that something is missing. When we neglect to follow what ignites our spirit, we may find ourselves feeling unfulfilled and disconnected from our true selves. Pursuing our passions brings joy, purpose, and a sense of belonging, enriching our lives in ways we never thought possible. In conclusion, the lessons life offers us are not mere suggestions. They are vital components of a fulfilling existence. Ignoring them can lead to a myriad of problems, but embracing them can transform our lives. Self-awareness, accountability, resilience, boundaries, gratitude, emotional intelligence, mental health, adaptability, and passion are not just buzzwords. They are the keys to unlocking a life of purpose and fulfillment. By paying attention to these lessons and integrating them into our daily lives, we can navigate the complexities of life with greater ease, clarity, and joy. The choice is ours: to remain oblivious to the teachings that surround us, or to embrace them fully and step into a more empowered, enlightened version of ourselves. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe and share for more such videos.